In this video I'm going to be going over something that's going to be very important for everybody who's just started trading or learning trading now, and talking through my journey of not wasting your trading potential, because I know a lot of you have just started, you're thinking it's just purely give me the knowledge, give me a strategy, give me the information and I'll start making money. And I want to go over in this video my story about how I knew the information, I knew everything about trading or everything I needed to know, and I still was struggling to be consistent and make money. And there was lots of things, and there was things I was doing which was completely wasting my trading potential. And maybe you're doing some of them now. So I'm just making you aware of what things were a detriment to me, and see if they can say if you relate to any of the stuff I'm saying. So yeah, if you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into it. So, like I said, I learned everything but was still struggling. So back in 2017, I started to learn to trade. I'm sure a lot of you will be aware of who have seen my other videos. I started with a small £500 account when I left school, and I wanted to learn trading. I wanted to understand the skill and learn everything I possibly could about trading, because I wanted to do it full time. So from about 2017 to 2020, I got into a community. I learned free information. Then I got into a community, got around like-minded traders. I paid for a community, paid for a strategy that I knew from people that would consistently work. Well, the strategy had an edge, and people were doing very well from it. I was watching trade recap videos, and like I said, was in the community around traders that were doing very well. I knew the technicals. I put that 3 years, couple of years into, not only learning the technicals, learning about psychology, learning about executing trades, and I'd find myself at the end of the month, they'd say, what was everyone set out for the end of the month? And I'd be down 4%, and everyone else, or not everyone else, but a lot of other people in the community would be up 6%, up 7%. And I'm sat there thinking, we all know the same information. Why am I struggling? What am I doing? I know the information. I saw those trades. I understand why they took those trades. But why am I struggling? So I thought originally, and a lot of people say it's about the psychological aspects, which it is. A lot of it is down to that. So when I was working at my part-time job, I'd have my headphones in and I'd listen to, read books, but I'd also listen to audiobooks. One massive book that helps a lot of people that is known in the trading community is Trading in the Zone. And that book talks about like the probability side of trading and how to understand risk, how to understand probabilities in general. And Mark Douglas, he was the author. He has helped a lot of people understand the psychological struggles of trading and trying to gain consistency. So even after reading that, and like I said, I knew the technicals, I knew I'd spent years learning it, and I thought, why am I still struggling? What is it that I'm doing that I'm struggling with consistency? And one of the things that I later realized was, number one, I wasn't sticking to a routine. So I used to get up based on whether there was a trade. So let's say that right now I'll get up at about 6 o'clock in the morning, and I trade London session at 8 o'clock. So no matter if there's a trade or not, I'll get up. So sometimes I'll look at the charts and I think there's probably not likely to be a trade today. I'll still get up. But before, I used to get up and I used to look, okay, I knew there was no trades for the next day. The markets are still either ranging or they're not in a position for me to take a trade. So I wouldn't get up. I think I'll sleep in for an extra couple of hours because there's no trade. I'm not missing out on anything. It doesn't matter. And that would massively affect me. And at the time, I didn't think anything of it. I thought, well, people would be like, oh, James, you got up a bit later today. And I'd sit there and be like, well, yeah, no, I did. There was no trades today, so I've not missed anything. I'm not hurt anything. There was no trades to take. So whether I was up or not, it doesn't matter. But it did matter because it would affect my routine massively. Because even getting up 2 hours later and not sticking to a consistent routine affected my trading performance. Because when there would be a trade the next day, maybe I slept in a bit too late the day that there was no trades. Then the next day when there were trades, I'd either get up and I'd be tired because I'd gone to bed later, or I wasn't I wasn't stuck to a consistent routine, so the momentum wasn't there. I also didn't work on things that I wasn't good at. So I know, I'm sure a lot of you can relate, not just in trading, but in general in life. Like, no one wants to go over the things they're not good at. It's like when you play football when you were younger. I used to, you'd always, if you had to work on your weaker foot, everyone didn't want to do that. It's like, because you want to get the validation from scoring a goal with your stronger foot, or, anything you were weaker at. No one really wants to work on because you're not very good at it. And I did work on these things, but I know I should be if I was a losing trade, I wouldn't review it as thoroughly, because you can make excuses, or you could sit there and be like, oh, it was fine. So I wasn't working on things that I knew I should be. I wouldn't go to bed at the same time. That would vary. So sometimes I'd go to bed later because I wasn't as tired. If I got up later the day before because there was no trades, I would then go to bed later because I wasn't tired when I got into bed at the normal time that I'd go to sleep. So all these things had a negative impact. And I didn't have any positive habits like the gym. My eating was all over the place. Not all over the place. I had a relatively healthy diet, but it wasn't as rigid and as structured because I thought it's just boring. You don't want to be stuck to one or two or routines and things because it would be boring. Life would be boring. But actually, that was a massive mistake. Because the moment I started implementing a consistent routine, started implementing these positive habits, as a byproduct of doing that, my trading massively improved. So, gym and diet. Now, like I said, gym isn't everything, but for me, because I knew, as I've just said, I wasn't disciplined, that filtered into my trading. So I needed to get disciplined. And one of the easiest ways to get disciplined is to go to the gym, because the gym, if you get consistent and build the habit of going to the gym, the discipline it takes to go and actually get tangible results can filter, and that skill set and habits can filter into your trading. So for example, when I started going to the gym and I didn't want to go, and I started doing things I didn't want to do because I knew the long-term gratification was better than the short-term gratification, that then would help my trading, because sometimes I'd sit there and if there was no trades today, or there was a trade that I was looking at, I would be so disciplined I knew when I'm entering, when I'm exiting. If this happens, I don't enter the trade. If this happens, I do enter the trade. It was very rigid and structured. And because of the habits that I built outside of trading, like eating clean, sticking to a routine and going to the gym, I now wasn't lacking discipline in trading as much, which meant I was sticking to my trading plan, which I knew worked, and that would in turn help me get better results. So as you can see, this picture never was massive or anything like that, but I was definitely out of shape, and I was if I carried on this path, I was just gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. But then I started about 7-8 months later, went to the gym, stuck to a routine, and definitely made some good consistent results. So byproduct of gym, I started eating better, which gave me more energy, more focus when trading. Like I said, I stuck to a routine, stuck to good habits, which then would filter out into my trading. And as a byproduct, trading, you have to be extremely disciplined, whether you've had a few losses and there's a setup for you to take, or whether you've had a few wins and there's a setup to take. You have to be disciplined. As soon as your trading plan is there, you've got to execute. If it's not there, don't execute. And like I said, as a byproduct of me doing these positive habits, I wasn't wasting my trading potential as much anymore. Like I said, because I just thought if I have a good knowledge of how the markets work, it didn't matter about how I acted outside of trading, but I couldn't be more wrong for me. And lastly, alcohol and partying. Now, I still go out now occasionally and go out and have drinks, but at the time, I'd be going out every weekend, most of the time, even if it wasn't like partying, but you'd be seeing your friends having drinks. And one heavy weekend affects not only the momentum that you gain from going to the gym and eating clean, but, you're not focusing on the positive things. And this isn't to say don't drink alcohol, not at all. I'm just talking from my experience on the things that held me back. Sleep gets massively affected. So for me, I'd go out on a Saturday evening, have a good time with my mates. On Sunday, I'd be a bit hungover, a bit tired, so I wouldn't want to do any of my analysis for the week. I would, but I wouldn't do it as thoroughly because I'm tired. And then for Monday, I would be still tired from the Saturday evening because I'd had a lot to drink, and you just weren't as productive, weren't as focused. And trading's a performance-based business, so if alcohol doesn't affect you, and for some people you might be able to go out and still get everything done and you still have positive results trading, then that's fine. If that works for you, that works for you. But for me, I wasn't getting the results I wanted. I was wasting time, and I wasn't focused on where I was going. It was all, when I'd have drinks, you talk with your mates, this is what I want to do. It was all talk. It was, I want to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm in the process of doing this. But in reality, I'm not actually taking action. And that was the problem. It's all good talking about it, but I wasn't taking any action. So I remember vividly this picture. I was out with my mates and this was a couple of summers ago, and I sat there thinking, I'm getting out of shape. I'm not where I want to be with my trading. I'm not where I want to be in general. And I thought, you know, at some point I need to make a change here. I need to start going to the gym. I need to start implementing these positive habits. And that's what I've slowly started to do. Again, I still go out and have drinks occasionally now, but I'm aware of the fact that, you know, you're not doing it as frequently, you're not doing it not half as much as what you used to. You're focusing on the positive habits, and you're improving where you want to go rather than just talking about it. So, like I said, it was fun at the time, but it wasn't improving my situation or getting towards my goals, and that was the problem for me. So, to recap on this video, I was wasting a lot of my potential outside of trading, not actually inside of trading. I was putting the work and understanding the technicals. I thought that's all I need to do. I was putting in the work and understanding the psychological aspects of trading. You'd read these books, listen to these books, and think, right, I'm doing the work. But it's all these things outside of trading, not sticking to a routine, not going to the gym and having a strict diet, which could keep me disciplined, which made me more disciplined in trading, and not having these negative things. Although they're fun, it's fun going out with your mates and, you know, going out having a couple of drinks, especially if it's sunny, and, you know, it's nice to do. But these things were affecting my trading massively, and the things I had to look at, reflect, and think, okay, I need to slow some of this stuff down if I want to get to where I want to go. And if I hadn't done that, you know, you wouldn't continue improving, and you'd be sat there questioning, why am I not where I want to be? So, yeah, a bit of a different video, but I hope if you guys relate to any of this stuff, then let me know in the comments below. And like I said, I hope you guys get value from this video, and if you do, like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.